Okay, now a variation of this formula is working out how much payments actually have to be. So you might say, look, I want to pay off my house in 10 years. I want to borrow $400,000. How much are my payments going to be? This is actually probably a more common way of doing it, where you set the amount you're borrowing and you set the time first, factor in the interest, obviously, and then you work out whether you can afford it. Because if it comes back as too much, then you obviously would bail out and not get the loan. So this is the same formula, but it's reworked to allow for the calculation of monthly payments. So this is our answer on, oh, that's terrible color, isn't it? Monthly, actually, monthly is incorrect. It should be just payments, payment amount. It could be years, payment amount, and the other stuff's just the same. I'm expecting, you know, that one's principal still. Growth rate or growth factor, and this is the number of payments. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's start working out what some of these pieces are. P is going to be equal to 2,800. Okay. Now, the rate is going to be a little, well, it's a bit tricky. So you're going to have to do 7.5 divided by 12, which equals 0.625%. Okay, now this has not yet been decimalized. You need to divide this again by 100. Okay, so if I now divide this by 100, that'll give me the decimal. So we end up getting a few zeros out the front here, but that is the decimalized version. And of course, the rate includes a 1. So that's our R, okay? And, what have I missed? I missed N. And N, now it's 1.5 years or 1.5 years, but we're dealing in months. So N is equal to 18, okay? So then, okay, so if we just map this one out, well, I'll put the formula again just so that we're solid on that. P R now if I put this together, let's see how I go here. So okay, to the power of 18 times by the rate minus 1, which this is the rate minus 1, so it's almost like we're going back to where we started from. Okay, so there's the top done. Over the rate, or the growth rate, okay, So that's this particular equation to work out the total or what the repayments would be if this person wanted to pay it off in 18 months. So what does this evaluate to? Now it's at this point that somebody buying it would go, okay, can I afford this or can't I afford this? So this is more of a common way to do it. Now remember, the loan equals 0 after 18 months. This is how much you have to pay to get it down to 0. But the next part of the question is, how much interest has actually been paid over the time of this loan? Now, if I just do a line across there, well, how much have they actually paid into the loan? The payment amount and how many payments they made, 18. Okay, which equals 2969.10. That's how much they paid, but how much did they pay off the loan? 2,800. So we can pretty easily work out how much interest has been paid by the difference between. We started with 2,800, we paid 296910, so therefore the amount of interest paid in this loan situation is this. Okay, so for some practice on this, page 729, it's exercise 15B, but I think you need to punch out some of these to really ensure that you've got this down. Okay, so I mean there's heaps and heaps of examples there. Question 1, you know, do a couple. 2, you do 4, 5 and 6. You can definitely do some of those, and 7 as well. Like there's a lot for you to work through there. Please check your answers. I've uploaded them now onto Moodle. But for further extension, to really ensure that you've got it, like 14 through to 18 would be a good place to start. Yeah, that'd be good.